Set, 1st and 10. Blown back, gets the handoff. He's contained at the line for no gain. That tackle made by Blake Cashman. Call it no gain on that run, and they face 2nd and 10.
Made it all look so simple, didn't he? That linebacker sorting right through the traffic, finding the runner. That's instincts come to life.
2nd and 10 now. Has it down close. Touchdown, Cleveland. So an absolutely beautiful throw there, finding his man in space who turns it into 6.
Yeah, they really took advantage there, Kate, of some soft coverage. You want that on that corner route. Plenty of space for that route to develop. Great execution, and it pays off with a touchdown.
They'll try this extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Browns take a 7-0 lead as he starts this year 1-for-1. The Browns have it on the tee, and they will kick it away here. From a couple of yards deep, this is going to come out. This isn't even going to make the 20. The coverage team gets to him. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Interception last drive doesn't deter them. They're going right back to the air. And he's going to be brought down up the 28-yard line.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on 1st down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for 2nd down. And 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. They'll go play action here. It's McCarthy. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up. From the shotgun, McCarthy. Toward the sideline and caught by Addison. What a play on 3rd and 13, and this drive will indeed continue.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your 3rd downs. It's the money down, and nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
Throwing on 1st, it's McCarthy. Not enough on this throw. It hits the turf instead of his man.
Well, he needed another 2nd to deliver the throw he wanted to. You got to give a lot of credit that time, Kate, to the pass rush for getting in and forcing him to dish it before he was ready.
Couldn't connect on 1st. It's 2nd down. First carry here for Aaron Jones. And they'll bottle this up after a 4-yard gain. From the secondary, Grant Delpit on the tackle. They get about 4 there. Need a little more than that now on 3rd and 6.
When you don't have great success on 1st down, Kate, it's a little bit like a hitter in baseball falling behind in the count. And all you want to do as a hitter is get back to a fighting chance. Give yourself a better count. That play, well, it does the same here. Now a much more manageable and opportunity.
It's another first half mistake. He's intercepted again. And the Browns will take over as he records his first interception of our season. Okay, Brock, now back-to-back drives where they have picked him off. That's got to be a worrying trend for these coaches who know how integral the passing game is to their game plan and their success.
Those poker players, the best of them, when they figure out a tell, they know exactly how to beat their opponent. This defense right now, they're reading this quarterback like a book.
Play action on 1st down. Got him deep behind the line. Oh, the ball is out. It's picked up by the Vikings, going the other way. Hits the 20. And Minnesota returns this to the end zone. Touchdown. time this game. Great time to bring some extra pressure off that snap, and that made all the difference in getting that fumble and the defensive score.
I could hear it in your voice. I think you saw it coming. I saw it coming. I think even the crowd saw it coming.
Yep.
That quarterback did not see that blitz coming, and boy, did it pay dividends.
And the kick is no good. An early point after left on the table. Maybe later in this game, it's going to be a moment we look back on. So following the missed point after, the chance to take his frustrations out on that football as he sends this away. Return starts at the 3. This return makes it up to the 25. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Blown back in the backfield, and they give it to him. This is ahead for about 5. Brought down by Julian Blackman. 1st down play nets him 5. It's going to be 2nd and 5.
It's got to be so demoralizing as a defense when you go up against a running back who just keeps those legs churning like a piston in an engine, and that effort's contagious. This entire offense is getting a boost, and he busts those tackles.
Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. We're through 1 quarter of this opening weekend of football. We've got a close one here. More from U.S. Bank Stadium after the break. We're ready now for the 2nd quarter. Browns in control of it. They've got 2nd and 5. Throw wheeled in by Njoku. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. How about 29 yards on that play, partner, as they get the chains reset. New slate of downs to approach here from the 40. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. The defenders are there to get him at the line. That tackle made by Blake Cashman. No gain there that time, and it's 2nd and 10.
You know, Kate, over the years, I've heard running backs say there's just times you got to run in the darkness. And when linebackers fill that hole like that right in the middle of the field, he ran right into the darkness and the pain of that linebacker.
2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. They kick the running back in motion. Now they'll throw out of the gun. Has him on the quick hitter. And they make the stop, we're going to say, at about the 37-yard line.
That's a defense's goal, right, Kate? Just get us to 3rd down so we can have a chance to get off the field. And that was a good adjustment on that stop in particular, when the back ended up being the target, and they were able to keep him short of the sticks.
Throwing on 3rd and long. This has been a trend, yet another interception. Byron Murphy picks it. And he's going to go. It's a pick 6. Second time they've taken one back on him, Brock. First the fumble return, and now this pick 6.
You know, I point this out to you every defensive meeting room we're in, Kate, when we sit down in these production meetings, and you can see their boards, right? These defenses keep track, and they know if they get a score defensively, their odds of winning through the roof. You get 2, it's almost a certainty.
That one right down the middle. And the Vikings push their lead to 6. A quick chance at redemption after that pick 6 as it's sent away. Turpin with a return. He stopped on the return at the 27. the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Back to the air, following the pick six. Gets everything he has under this throw. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact.
Defender's not going to be thrilled the catch was almost made on his watch, but more importantly, he breaks it up. Gives him a chance to do a little jawing after the play. Lets the other guy know he roughed him up and cost him that catch.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. He'll look to throw. Connection made to Judy. And he's going to be brought down at the 42. He picks up 15 on the play. And that gives the Browns a 1st.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
Throwing from the gun. Got him in. It's Njoku. And he has it up towards midfield before he's taken down at the 47.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a 1st down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes 2nd and 3rd down a whole lot easier to manage.
Second and 6 coming up here. Throwing off the play fake here. Caught, nice gain left side. And he's able to get this to the 32 before going down. It's a gain of 21 yards to pick up that 1st down.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
Motioning one of the tight ends. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And this almost ended worse, but it gets a yard out of this. Brought down by Julian Blackman. Just a gain of 1, and that brings up 2nd and 9.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
So it's the 2-minute warning here from Minneapolis. The Browns trying to make some noise before halftime. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Catch made left side by Judy. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
You know, it sure seems like he knew exactly where he was going with that before the snap. That's a pre-snap decision that led to a post-snap 1st down.
Still on the move, coming to the line for 1st and 10. Now looking to throw. That one complete to Njoku. And he gets this forward to the 19.
Quarterbacks will look for their tight end short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options. Well, there's their consistent source of positive yardage, the trusty tight end.
From the 19. Completed over the middle. And he's short of the 1st after a mild gain. Browns fighting the clock now, trying to hurry back to that line. Throwing now, 3rd and 2. That's caught for the 1st. And they're going to get this down to the 4 before being stopped. The Browns take the 1st of their 3 timeouts. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of 3rd downs just like that.
4 downs now to get in. Here's 1st and goal. Complete on the option. And he's able to get it to the 2 before the stop. Now a timeout's called. Cleveland using its 2nd. And they still have 1 in their pocket for what's left of this half. They go play action here. And he's got it. Touchdown, Cleveland. The Browns tie it just before halftime. David Njoku, the touchdown. Knock this through, and they'll take a lead into the break. Right down the middle, it's good. And they'll take the lead.
14, Vikings 13.
Time left for maybe a return plus a play here as they send this away. And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 30-yard line.
They've got 1st and 10, Brock, but time for maybe 2 plays at most if they even want to try anything. Looking to throw. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. And he's out of bounds after getting across the 45.
I love throwing on 1st down. And when you see a 1st down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
A 61-yard attempt.
Online, but not enough juice. It's no good short. We've reached the midway point of this contest. 2 quarters down and an exciting 2 to go. The NFL on EA Sports returns after this. Back from the break, I'm Kate Scott, joined by Brock Heward, and we are just moments away from the beginning of our second half. We'll see what the first half adjustments of the season are as they're teed up, and away we go in our second half. He's going to return it from a yard or 2 deep. Good looking return here, and he's got room. This return makes it up to the 37 as he's tackled.
That's exactly the way you want to come out of the locker room to begin the second half. And really, Kate, this 3rd phase of the game, the special teams, you just see the boost and the energy they can give to their team when they deliver a nice return to start this second half.
1st and 10, here's McCarthy. Able to find Jones. And they'll make the stop up at the 46-yard line.
I call this quarterback's best friend. Some call it a safety valve, some call it automatic, but it's sure nice as a quarterback when you got a trusty running back over the middle of the field that you could depend on.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. From the 46, Hutchinson reels it in. And he's officially in enemy territory now. They're going to give him the opposing 49. 5 yards on that play and enough for a new set of downs. 1st and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. On play action now, McCarthy. He sends this one to the end zone. And he finds it in the end zone for the Minnesota touchdown. The Vikings take the lead right away in half number 2. It's a Justin Jefferson touchdown. That was just gorgeous football right there. He saw the window, just had to wait for his guy to flow toward it, and that pass fit in beautifully for the touchdown.
Kate, this is one of those moments where a quarterback's got to take his pre-snap read and make sure he confirms it quickly post-snap. And when he does, and he's got space to fit that post in, like you said, it's a thing of beauty.
Back to the air, McCarthy. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete.
Well, there's a reason he's playing defense, because he couldn't quite corral that one, but in the end, it doesn't matter. He still does the job and denies 2 points.
Here's Reichert set to kick this away. Returning it from the 4. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing. Dumped off to his running back. And he's going to go out of bounds. Looks a little short of the 35.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for on 1st down. Textbook. It sets up 2nd and very manageable, and it creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Throwing now off play action. Oh, put some heat on this deep ball. Left side. Had the window to go deep, but just couldn't make it happen. Now it's 3rd down.
I think if you look up in perfect form of it, he was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. He gets it out left, and it's caught. Will be touchdown short of the marker, so 4th down coming up. He'll throw it. He finds him beyond the marker. And he's down after getting this up to the 41. They come through with 6 yards there, Brock, and they're rewarded with a new set of downs.
I love those moments of truth. We get to see exactly how they handle it when all the pressure of the drive's right on them. Turns out, handled it pretty darn well, and now they'll keep pushing on.
Still sticking with the passing game. He's going to push one deep. That's grabbed inside the 30. Touchdown, Cleveland! The Browns grab the lead on their first series of the half. I love plays like this, Brock. Sometimes you just got to ask your dude, show me what you got, man. Show off those wheels, and he did just that.
Yeah, beauty in simplicity, right?
Yep.
Now, when you run that fly route, you got to win right from the jump. And you got to protect yourself from the sideline, too. Don't get pushed to the boundary. Give your quarterback room to throw it up, and you can find pay dirt.
He's throwing for it. And the 2-point pass falls incomplete. They tried to get aggressive, but it doesn't work. Browns have it on the tee, and they will kick it away here. They'll bring it out from the middle of the end zone. And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Starting the drive with a give to Jones. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Good rip on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 2.
Well, that doesn't net a 1st down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. They'll go play action here. It's McCarthy. Wow, wide open here. Complete. And he takes it in for the Minnesota touchdown. The Vikings just need 2 snaps to steal the lead. Jordan Addison, the touchdown. So sensational work by the skill man there, Brock. Anytime you can make your quarterback look that good, you know he appreciates it.
That's a quarterback's best friend, no question. But on the other side, gosh, defensively, You got to get that skill player down. Period. Yeah. End of story. You can't give up that much yards after catch.
Freifert with the option. And he's almost there, but no! They stop him at the last moment. Wow, he's going to be just inches shy of that two-point conversion. Here's Reichert, set to kick this away. And that one flies right on past the end zone. Didn't make an effort to hit the landing area at all. So they're going to give them a drive starting at the 30. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Off the play fake, he'll throw. Makes the grab in bounds left side. It's a pickup of 33 yards. And that's good for Cleveland. 1st down.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
Throwing deep for the end zone. And they can't connect on the deep look. Still a couple of snaps to play with, though. We get 2nd down.
Just something off in the rhythm of their passing game on that one, Kate. Time to recalibrate and keep throwing it to get back on track.
So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. They'll motion him out of the backfield. 2nd and 10 now. Into traffic, complete. And they get this down to the 28.
Time and again, receivers will tell their quarterbacks, just give me a chance. Just give me a chance. Just throw it up and give me the opportunity. Well, in this case, with even 2 defenders trying to cover that wide receiver, couldn't get it done.
Vikings defense countering with a nickel look. 3rd down coming. And he could not get there. They stopped him right at the line. Just short on 3rd down. No gain on the run. And now what will they do on 4th?
You want to see the term read and react to the little video in the football dictionary? That's it.
Only need the length of the football. It's 4th and inches. Back to throw it. And all their pressure gets it done. That's a sack on 4th down as they force the turnover.
Well, this one never had a chance. Between the pressure right there in his face and the coverage downfield, the quarterback still should have at least thrown it up there and given somebody an opportunity to make a play.
Ball at the 33 for 1st down. It's Jones on the toss. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
I think this is the part where they run away, Kate. As in run away from that monster. He's just too strong a presence to try to block them inside. And that time, it cost him some yards.
Here we go. 2nd and very long. He's got him. That's Addison. It's a huge pickup on the play. And that's going to give the Vikings the 1st down.
So many cool fundamentals on display right there, Kate. Look the ball in your hands, number 1. Don't turn your eyes away from it before it gets to you. And then when you've got that catch secured, snap that head forward and find that space upfield to turn a good play into a great play.
And he sneaks this through the middle, maybe a gain of 2. We've reached the end of 3 in our Week 1 opener. It's Vikings ball, working to carry this lead through to the end.
Browns 20.
Eight yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. From the 23. Has has the connection to Jones. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
That pass, it did put him in a position where he had to shake a defender. That's all you want. Give me a one-on-one. And he is capable of doing it, but not against that dude. That defender could not be shook, and he knocked him back across the line.
McCarthy throwing on third down. Catch is made in close. Touchdown, Minnesota. Now in a close game, they needed somebody to make that type of play. Now it pushes their lead to a couple of scores and makes a comeback that much more difficult.
You know, Kate, their offense did its part and padded the lead. Now it's up to this defense to make this two-score lead hold up and carry it across the finish line.
That one splits the uprights. And the Vikings push the lead up to 12. Here's Reichert set to kick this away. Turpin with a return. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Here's the lone back on the handoff. And his effort results in maybe 2 yards, but nothing more.
Well, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. From the 31. That's caught. It's the rookie from Nebraska. And he'll get it up to the 44. It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the first.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
On the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10. Pass play coming here. Throw wheeled in by the Njoku. And he's taken down directly on that 43-yard line. Throwing now on 1st down. Oh, no, they get him yet again. Byron Murphy picks it. So good field position to start with for the Vikings this drive. 1st and 10. Straight ahead they go with Jones. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
A split second, all that kept the defense from making a stand right there. It's amazing, man. This game of inches and split-second reactions. A nice bit of burst, surge forward for enough to go get that first by a couple before they could finally drag him down.
1st and 10. Here's McCarthy. Cut by Sutton. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. That one hits for 30. And it'll bring up a Minnesota 1st down.
I love this, Kate. No issues at all going to this receiver in the short field because they know at any time when this man touches the ball, he can transform a short completion into a big play.
And he's able to get it to the 2 before the stop. 14 yards on a nice play there, and it gives them 1st and goal.
Now, don't think for a second they're going to slow down the tempo. Defense on their heels, and right now is the best chance to go push that envelope and get aggressive.
They'll run here with Jones. In the middle holes, they don't get anything on the run. Call it no gain that time, and they'll have 2nd and goal.
You know, Kate, these are the situations in training camp that I love more than anything to watch. You learn so much about a football team in these goal-to-go situations. You know you got to protect that goal line, and the defense, well, they did the job on 1st down. More to come.
It's the 2-minute warning here in Minneapolis. Vikings looking like they'll start this season with a win. Trying again from the 2. It's 2nd and goal. Jones can't fight past that line. They stop him at the 3.
Kate, it's amazing how fast these guys are on the field and how fast your fortunes can turn. Second and short run, you're feeling good about yourself. But with a negative play, well, now comes a critical 3rd down.
So now, here's 3rd and goal. They'll run with Jones. And he's in for the touchdown. The Vikings make it a 3-score game in the 4th. It's an Aaron Jones touchdown. So an exclamation point there. That caps off what, and I think you'd agree, Brock, has been a dominating performance.
Yeah, I would. Really in all phases, too. You know, I thought coming in that this would be a much closer game than how it's turned out to be. And you got to give credit where it's due. This offense has been outstanding throughout.
Here's Reichard set to kick this away. Turpin with a return. And after the dive, they'll be set up with some okay field position here. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Give now to the running back. And they're going to stop him after he wiggles his way forward for 2.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
Has it downfield, working the left. And he got this close to midfield before going out. It's a gain of 21 yards to pick up that 1st down.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
1st and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. Looking to the air here. Has him on the quick hitter. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory. Now we're going to get an offensive timeout. That's their first. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game. Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. From the 46. And they pick him off again. Byron Murphy picks it. And the Vikings take possession as he makes his 4th interception of our season.
4 picks. 1 game, hey, I get it. They've not all been his fault, but it isn't any easier to stomach. For the sake of his mental game, I think it's about time to limit things to short, easy passes or simply take him off this field altogether.
He'll go to a knee, and that defense can only stop the clock 2 more times.
They could stop the clock now if they choose. In the final moments of the game, every second counts. If you're going to call a timeout, you want to be right next to that official to signal it in just as that knee goes down.
So they are indeed kings in the north as the Vikings win it at home. And they're one of the fortunate teams to begin the season with a 1-0 record. So far, so good to begin this new campaign. So for my partner, Brock Heward, and our entire crew, I'm Kate Scott, saying this has been the NFL on EA Sports. So long, everybody. The Vikings emerge as winners as we bid you farewell from Minneapolis.